Scattaloo made this song, which is Joby. Which, I'll be perfectly honest, took a very long time to figure this song out. And I can thank Adam Blampier from Wrestle Talk for actually having this song, because I've been trying to find this shit for over a year now. So I finally found it. I'm sharing the name with you people. So, you know, if you want to listen to it on your own free time to just chill to, that's perfectly fine. But I'm so using this in the future of my videos because I've been looking for this track for a long ass time. Deal with it. Anyway, what I mainly want to talk about is VTuber drama, and just in general, this shit is so damn boring. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Now don't get me wrong, there has been some instances where I've been like, well, this is a strange situation regarding certain things, like when Coco first got kicked out of Hololive because of Taiwan and how it's a country, and don't tell me it's not, honestly. The current Niji Sanji nonsense with the recent, I think, firing? Like, relinquishing of the Zion character, which is also something else, but I don't even know. Honestly, I just don't know, and I don't really care to know, honestly. I'm about to be very honest with you. Like, the only thing I cared about was the fact that she didn't take her life into her own hands, which, honestly, good. Please stay alive. Outside of everything else, I don't care. I'll just be honest with you. I might be the only VTuber in existence that looks at drama, especially on a corporate level, and just be like, well, this is some overcomplicated, overtaxing, boring piece of shit. I just don't care. I'll be very honest with you. Majority of times when I do cover a lot of topics when it comes to drama is either because maybe in some sort of way it is interesting, like the whole thing with Shoujo kind of starting to freak the hell out with what it's doing, with it's losing its whole ass talents and everything like that, or the thing with Coco, or the thing with Taiga. Those shits were kind of interesting, and I feel like I needed to cover it in a way. Outside of that, like, majority of corporate drama is like the most boring shit on the planet. Like, half the shit look like it could have been avoided, and half of the other shit just looks like the company is being stupid on their part because they don't know how to operate. And in indie drama just hell. Honestly, I haven't seen indie drama in a while, which is good, but when it comes down to things, indie drama has its own sort of hell to it, which I would dare say is a slight bit more entertaining than corporate drama. I don't want to see any drama, but point is, indie drama can be kind of entertaining, and then there is some assholes that absolutely need to be called out when it comes down to it, because they don't have no corporate backing. They just do things themselves, and then they just be effing stuff up in their own weird mental way. Like, it just get weird sometimes. Not necessarily going to lie. And then when you talk shit about certain corporations, when it comes to VTuber agencies, they could send some ninjas after you and whoop your ass and give your channel a strike, which is something I like to avoid very much. Thank you. When it comes down to things, I just don't see the interest in it. Like, I get that you want to report on it, and then you have, like, news, right? And then you obviously want to tell, you know, what the hell is happening in the world of VTubing, because people are interested in that type of shit. People like the behind the scenes stuff. And then when a certain VTuber, especially on a corporate level, gets kicked out for some reason, people want to know why, and obviously people are there to report on that, which is fine. And I'm, again, not knocking on their hustle or anything like that. But it's so damn tedious, and it's so damn boring to do. Like, bless the souls of the people that actually do, you know, cover the news of these dramas, whether it's the recent Niji Sanji thing, whether it's, you know, the whole thing with Coco back in the day, or whether it's something else regarding a VTuber, or the whole Pick-a-Me sort of situation, honestly, with Hogwarts Legacy. Regardless of the situation, I have to applaud those people, you know, that cover the news. But at the very same time, feels like to me soul-crushing work, and personally, I would like to talk about everything else that's not someone else. And, you know, and that's just my personal opinion. You know, it's just one Fox Boy's personal opinion about things, and most likely, for a majority of people, they might think I'm freaking wrong, and that's perfectly fine, but again, it is my opinion. It might be a wrong opinion, but it still is an opinion. Outside of it being complicated majority of the time, and doing a lot of oversensical nonsense when it comes down to certain actions and decisions by the company themselves or the talent. It just, again, it just like a lot of shit could be avoided because sometimes it can be on the VTuber themselves assuming things work the same way on the indies when it absolutely don't. Like, don't join a company if you're thinking it's the same damn shit that's gonna be working on the indies, because it doesn't. You rep that brand, you rep that company, you rep literally everything that's about them. Now, if they don't tell you certain things and you get mismanaged, that's a different story. Yeah, I'll be pretty pissed about it too. But if you make some mistakes yourself and majority of the mistakes lie onto you, then yeah, maybe don't freak the hell out. Maybe don't necessarily get pissed off at the company because you don't know how to do shit. Like, I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. Don't join a company if you don't like being restrained. Majority of people that probably join VTuber agencies just want their asses to be shot through the moon. Then when something happens, they can go back to the indies and have their fans come through, start sucking on that good meat just because they know who that person is, because they were working on the corporate scene and is easily able to tell who it is. That's partially, I wouldn't be surprised, part of the reason why so many people want to go corporate, so they can get that clout, come back to the indies, and so they can do their own thing on their own power, honestly. And then maybe join like mythic talent so they can just kind of do things for the free and get whatever the hell they want with sponsorships and stuff like that, which honestly isn't a bad plan. A shitty plan because it ruins the reputation of the company, but it's a plan nonetheless. My ass, on the other hand, doesn't want to join a company. I don't care about it, to be honest, and I've said this before, and I've said it, and I will continue to say it until someone actually does this. But the only way I think an agency will be cool and would be viable to work is if that agency takes the most bottom barrel VTubers, literally bring them up, invest their time into them, and literally make them into something great, then kick them out a year later and start it over with a whole bunch of other VTubers, so everybody can possibly get a good shot and a chance to become something better, to actually try to make it, you know? Again, it's a very, very easy tactic. The problem is the investment and time and, you know, the money that goes into it, sure, but at the very same time, you're making new stars. And you're probably thinking, well, don't Hololive and Niji Sanji and them do the same thing? No, because they have already built in-house IPs. I'm talking about a company that actually can let you have an IP that you already have and then keep that shit until you know, basically go away out that company and you still have that damn IP. That will be perfectly fine. A lot of companies or people just haven't thought about and done that idea. And if that is the case, set me up first seat because I want to be a part of that shit. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. Like every other agency outside of maybe what, Vshoujo, maybe outside of everybody else, that is the only agency that kind of is okay with what they do. But when it comes down to things, Vshoujo has problems in their own sort of way, you know? And hell, that contract, whatever it was, obviously is not working. So yeah, it's a bit shitty at that moment in the situation, honestly. But when it comes down to things, it's just like, if you have an agency that's like that lets you keep your IP, that literally is dedicated to building up new stars, not no already established people that already has a name for themselves, but new stars, that would be great. Have that to come through and just be a thing. But we don't have that, honestly. And that's why you constantly have people coming through who is already built, or people that's already been YouTubers before, but then switch to be VTubers so they can just join a company or join some random nonsense, which is killing everybody else's chances to be something, gosh damn it. Again, when it comes to VTuber drama, a lot of shit kind of happens on either side, whether it's going to be the VTuber's fault or it's going to be the company's fault. Sometimes, when you already know that the company is pretty damn bad, there should be no surprise that a VTuber should be let go, or something happens within the agency itself, or something that kind of rules with the policy that kind of affects everybody, and, you know, things kind of go downhill from there. It's like when the WWE does the WWE draft. You already know that they're gonna break their damn rules, so why the hell are you excited about a draft that's not gonna go ahead and just do what it's supposed to do by putting different superstars on each brand, knowing damn well and full-blown well they're gonna cross different brands every single time they want to because they have money. They don't need to worry about the damn rules, and they're gonna do whatever they want with superstars going to each different brand to whoop someone's ass. They want the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown with Roman Reigns. He might collect that damn belt. They don't care. So why do you care about the freaking draft? It doesn't make a lot of sense, and that's what I'm sensing from a lot of VTuber nonsense, especially when it comes to, you know, how the company mismanage certain people or get certain situations wrong. A lot of times it doesn't make sense. Because I'm not necessarily gonna lie, a lot of times when it comes to VTuber drama in general, it's either start off some petty ass shit by the fans, or it start off as some mismanagement by the company itself, or a VTuber getting way too fast and just assuming shit will work like the indies. A lot of shit can be avoided on all sides if everybody would just be smart for 10 seconds. Fortunately enough, we don't have that, or unfortunately, if that's what you want. But when it comes down to things, it's just boring. But yet that's literally, in this entire space, all people talk about. They don't really talk about, you know, maybe a VTuber becoming a voice actor and having cool opportunities, or something positive among other VTubers to help someone else out that may be struggling with their content and, you know, get them somewhere to bring them into a better life and, you know, have someone to have new content to come through and, you know, be something for someone else to maybe make them their favorite VTuber and stuff like that. Or maybe a new type of agency again comes through and helps out smaller channels that really could use it. But we don't get stories like that, or that's not what really catches the drive of things. I guess I'm just annoyed at negative news when it comes to VTubing, because that's all I ever really see. I rarely ever see anything that's like positive that catches fire and everybody really likes. Because everybody's just so, especially on Twitter, everybody's so destined to hate everyone and everything, to the point it's laughable, to the point it makes me have shit coming out my own ass that is designed to look like damn bricks. Because that's what it feels like a lot of the damn time when I see just negative shit coming through for no damn reason. Oh, I'm not gonna support this VTuber because they like Lolly and Shota and they say it's perfectly fine. They must be some type of predator. That's not how that works, you stupid asshole. Which I'll drop charity links in the description, so make sure you go ahead and try to support some actual victims, so, you know, they don't actually go into anything that they, you know, went through ever again, because children don't deserve that. And they also be like, oh, well, they play Hogwarts Legacy, so they must support transphobia. We're not gonna take that, when literally it's a effing game where no hints of JK Rowling is literally a part of that process, and it's a damn good game from what I've seen. And honestly, I hope the devs continue to keep getting successful support from the fans that actually genuinely just want to play a game about wizardry and literally effing up your opponents through Flipendo and trying to see one of the damn professors naked as hell. Thank you, nude mods. But when it comes down to things, you can't necessarily get the positive because you always focus on the effing negative. It doesn't make any kind of sense. Why does this keep happening? Why is this literally the only damn thing when it comes to VTubing in a negative sort of sense that people focus on? It just doesn't make any kind of sense. It's so annoying, honestly. Like, honestly, I would rather read a story about Ruby Rose coming through on a live stream only to get butt effed by literally Coco for no damn reason. That would be way more entertaining than anything else I've ever seen. Look, I'll just sit here and end it with this. To be perfectly honest, if you're a person that, again, covers the news of VTubing, then I applaud you. But I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Can we get some actually exciting news when it comes to things like, I don't know, some positive stuff when it comes to VTubing, because everything feels negative as hell, and then there's just other things about VTubing that doesn't make a whole bunch of sense when it comes to drama related things. Like, how can one VTuber be okay in one area, but then overlook and overshadow everything else that they did bad previously? Oh, but because she rebranded, everything is perfectly fine. Or have other situations in the, you know, the indies or maybe the corporate scene where things is just wacky and wild sometimes, but we don't ever slow down and look at the actual VTubers that's doing a real good thing or actually having some nice stuff. Because the only thing that's positive that I really see when it comes to VTuber and news is, oh, Iron Mouse has a new like outfit selection, or oh, another famous VTuber is doing like a collaboration with a brand or a person or something like that. But it's never like to bring up someone new. I guess that's kind of slightly the point of this video too, is that we just don't have anybody that's unknown that kind of comes through from, you know, literally nowhere. You know, straight started from the bottom, now we here type of beat. You know, I guess that's part of that problem. But again, and then again, the other part of the problem obviously is just that the drama, a lot of time people are so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. But when you look at the company, obviously, yeah, this kind of thing would obviously happen because again, the company is not all that great themselves. Same thing with the indies. I can't believe that this person did some awful things, but then when you look at the indies and then the rumors and their track record, it shouldn't be that damn obvious. Sometimes it can come as a shock, sometimes, other times, not so damn much. And then sometimes, again, you have VTubers that rebrand and is absolutely not so great human beings, yet they still somehow get praised. And I'm totally not referencing the whole LXX34 argument here, because of course I'm not. Totally still not mad about that. But when it comes down to things, it's just, I just want VTubing to change, honestly. I want it to actually be positive, or at least have some moments of positivity focus in it, instead of just constantly bitching that you don't necessarily have, you know, the same type of clout that one VTuber has, or some other dumb reason to cancel somebody just because you don't like a certain aspect of what they are, what they do, or something of the sort. And again, if you work for a company or you're corporate or something like that, don't try to come through and then literally just try to go into business for yourself. Honestly, just focus on what the company wants you to do. And if the company is effing up themselves, yeah, that's fine. You should get mad. You should, you know, explain your displeasure for it. But also, it shouldn't be at the expense of other talent too, especially other talent that literally has done nothing wrong either. So keep that in mind as well. I'm tired. My voice is dead. I need something to drink. Not actual alcohol, because that actually makes my head hurt, but like a juice of something. A bark root beer. That would be nice. I'ma need that. But anyway, that's what comes down to everything that I really wanted to talk about. So hopefully you enjoyed, or maybe you just found me insufferable. I don't necessarily know. If you're someone new, if you want to support an actual content creator that wants to, you know, provide some good positive content, or at least try to make you take your mind off of the horrible life of America with its shitty ass inflation and the prices, my gosh, I still can't afford toilet paper. Please go ahead and subscribe so we can actually get toilet paper and be monetized. That's the thing I wanted to get done this year. We're almost there. It's time to get that thing, because boy, it's been a long road. It's been a long road. Outside that, trying to hit 10K this year, it's been a shitty road on that too. So if you're new, please come through, hit the subscribe button. Don't just unsubscribe because, oh, he talks about lolly and shit like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. There's other content that I talk about too, so don't focus that on the one thing. Come through, look at something else. I have over 800 videos at this point. Why do I have over 800? Yeah, I don't have, you know, way more subs with those 800. I don't know. Life is cruel to me. It just is. But again, hopefully you did enjoy. Obviously, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to go further, become a Patreon member. I will try to do something with Patreon. I'm trying to think of something. It's just rough. And until then, this is your boy Jay. Sign off. Have a blessed day.